Peace to the nigga nation. uh, I hope this day finds you all well. I was sitting around. I mean, I just worked. Well, I ain't just working. I've been up for a little while. I worked my 12-hour shift last night, and I really just been sitting around piddling for the most part of the day, um, looking at information, listening to information. I know I haven't been on here for a minute. Really, I should be on here working to do my appeal for YouTube to see whether they finally monetize my channel. But I know that certain things prevent them from seeing me as advertising. What would prevent me from seeing me as advertising friendly? And I imagine smoking on this blunt of grape gas, even though I'm in a city where it's illegal, in a state where it's illegal, or where it's legal, not illegal, legal. I guess that's bad. Even though this video is not for children, I don't know. But yeah, I was watching. I mean, I wasn't watching. I was scrolling the Instagrams, and I don't know whether this was on Say Cheese Instagram or somebody Instagram, and it said that Kai Massa Biden. That's what I call Joe Biden, President Joe Biden. I mean, y'all say 45, which is Donald Trump. You know, he was such an evil and mean guy. Even though I don't really particularly see how he made my life worse. Maybe it might be a different situation for some of y'all, but um, I call Donald Trump Mean Master Trump, and I call President Joe Biden Kind Master Biden, because the black Democrats and all the white liberal Democrats, they told us that Joe was well, Joe himself told us that if we don't vote for him, then we must be confused on whether we niggas or not, or pardon me, black folks or African Americans, or however you choose to identify yourself. But I just read that Joe Biden is proposing to pay off student loans, like all student loans, but with one caveat. And when I say caveat, but with one catch, those loans have to be below $12,000. Now, for one thing, modern college, people going to college in the modern day now. I can't put it beyond somebody. Maybe somebody who paid their loan down to $12,000, but college, go to 4 years of college. And if you necessarily need loans, I'm pretty sure that you probably borrow more than 12. And even in borrow more than 12, those loans are still interest-bearing loans. So that means them loans have accrued interest on them. So that 12,000 may be somewhere, maybe might be 15,000 or whatever thousand more than 12. So what he's proposed to do is pay all loans below $12,000. That'll be the qualification. I say bullshit. And y'all say, well, yeah, that's a good thing. He gonna pay the loan. Young nigga, your loan is more than likely more than $12,000. And if not that being the case, you probably never went to college and don't even have a student loan. So I think I wrote on that particular post, I said, man, F that shit. F that shit, Joe. No. And I said, F that shit. Send that stimmy, Joe. That's what I said. F that motherfucking student loan con game. He ran on the bullshit that he was gonna cancel student debt. I guess he did some shit along the lines in these past, well, I want to say 2 years, because I really didn't hear nobody about talking about their loans got paid off beyond the past 2 years, and this is the newest proposal, because pretty much right now, it's kind of looking bad for the Democratic Party. Why do I say that? Because you have bastions liberal democratic minorities, people of color, black, uh, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever groups of people, and they were dedicated to voting for the Democratic Party. But now that they've seen, like, say, we'll go with New York, and we'll go with my good old state of, well, county of residency, Cook County, Illinois. Cook County, Illinois is it houses Chicago, but it also houses the suburb in which I live. Yeah, man, I got to do it, man. I got to put in that work, man. I don't get no money. And I guess I can't even. I can't guess. I can't guess. I can presume that it be the algorithm, and it just be whatever I'm talking about or whatever that prevents me from getting the motion that I need in order to do what I need to do. But it also may be my presentation, might be my conversation, might be my enunciation, might be my some people say lack of education, but I feel as if I'm smarter than the average trailer park trash nigga. Well, I mean, it's such a thing. It is trailer. It is niggas in a trailer park. I'm from Southern West Virginia, and I'm familiar with trailer park trash. I'm also familiar with po niggas. I mean, I imagine, presumably, in some eyes of some, I was a po nigga coming up, but I wouldn't have known it. I had a good time. I was always fed, and for the most part, I got even though I didn't get that go kart. Now, one thing I didn't get, I wanted that go kart. That go kart was $750, and I think I probably was what age was I? I probably was like fucking 12 or 13. I want that go kart. I put on my Christmas list like Santa, like it's a for real Santa Claus. Shit, I thought it was gonna go past my grandpappy. My grandpappy wasn't gonna pay no $750 for no go kart. But it went back in the day when I was 12, 13. You probably could buy a whole goddamn used car for $750. But back to this election year shit. Uh, an increasing number of black people have become disconcerted with the Democratic Party. I mean, when I say disconcerted, disappointed, unsatisfied in a distasteful fashion in the Democratic Party. And it may be a myriad. I mean, really, the most obvious reason is the 60 years of benign neglect toward the black community. They help us keep our stamps and man, I was fooled. I admit, and I mean, I guess it was a necessary evil at the particular time. And all things considered, niggas ain't the only ones that get food stamps or getting food stamps. You know, them food stamps fed a whole lot of shit. At one point, they damn sure fed me at certain junctions of my childhood. But them stamps, they wooed the African American, the black, the Negro, the nigger folk by way of entitlement programs. Now, you may hear me say this, oh, you talking like one of them conservative Republicans, but if you remove Republican, let's say you remove Republican, they get you a dictionary, like these Democrat folks. They try to tell me they get you to pick up a book. You sound like a fool. You're ignorant. But look up the word. God damn, I forgot the motherfucker. Conservative versus Republican. Just the blank. Don't even put any political ideology behind conservative or conservatism, and then you put that mirror up against what history of your ancestors who were very post-slavery, early 1900s. Your grandparents talked about them, but it goes down the chain of ancestry. That's why in a lot of cases, I really would encourage and say it as nice as possible. Reward them for doing so, encourage the real little baby. Teach them to listen to. Well, first of all, teach them to figure out who making sense and what makes logical sense. But also encourage them to listen to older folks, man. And older folks, be smarter older motherfuckers. But y'all try to play the game with the kids, man. I understand some of y'all might have had y'all kids when y'all was still kids, the 13, 14, or whatever, but uh shit, man. Do these kids have any type of skills? Do they exercise aside from whatever sports y'all allow them to play? Do they have any ability to go play in the dirt? And by playing in the dirt, you'll be able to mix cement and concrete and do landscaping or brick masonry. Um, are they? Do they have any uh, a bit? Let's say, for example, when I was a kid, my mama had it. My mama had a garden. My aunt had a community garden. My aunt lived in Cleveland. Her aunt Sylvia, she's like my great aunt, which is my mama's aunt. She had a garden off Superior Boulevard in East Cleveland, and she had everything. She had all kind of shit in that motherfucking garden, and it was a big area, about an acre. Think about an acre in an urban area. It was like two house lots, I say, and that means front yard, backyard, and space for the house. She used to have me out there picking green beans or whatever. I used to out there. One time, I remember the time I told her my back hurt. You know how the old folks would tell you, you ain't got no back. I think that it may mean also the fact some biological that your back hasn't fully developed as a child, or maybe you ain't had nothing on your back to have a back yet. You complain about your back hurt. Now this is my aunt, my mama's aunt. Uh, her mama was close to. I think she was a child during the slave era. Let me get that right. Let me make sure I got that right. Either she was a child or she was a child of somebody who was in slavery. I'm gonna go with she was a child of somebody in slavery. I really need to get the information on that. But these people, they had a certain way of living after they got out of slavery, because the niggas got out of slavery, didn't get shit. You didn't get reparations. You didn't get the 4 acres and the mule. Even though now at this point we owe the 40 acres and a mule plus interest, but and it's fun to talk about, and it's an honest, sincere, when you think about the concept of what happened after the Holocaust to our good Jewish brothers. How America and all other places, Germany and Europe and whatnot, they were making sure that uh, those people were taken care of, and they take care. Some of the survivors, there's any survivor, I think there may be a speckling of survivors from the Holocaust still alive today, and they still take them. People still get a check. But our shit happened 300 years ago, 400 years ago, and it went through our generation. It didn't just go through the course of maybe a 10-year war period. This was generational. And so it'll always be a fair demand. If you are a moral and ethical entity, which the American government presents itself to be, the democracy. When somebody say when the reporters talk about when the MSNBC reporters, they talk about being Master Trump, they say he's threatening to destroy our democracy, and they took over the country. He ordered them. He gave them the directive to storm the Capitol, commit sedition. But then you look at some of the videos, the outside videos, when they fucking around pulling at that building. That's crazy looking. But then when you look at some of the videos inside of the Capitol, the police is dapping them up and something like that. Now that one particular video where the nigga was running up the stairs and all them white folks was behind him, if he'd have done something to one of them, they'd have fucked him up. but they was pretty much just walking him down. You know, they were they already got they already was where they wanted to be. Now they didn't have any directive. There's no one. I really haven't heard anything from where there's testimony that said what particular type of plan they had. What was they going to do once they were inside there? They wasn't going to. I guess there was a large amount of people. Maybe they may have been, but you know, whether it be or not, uh, this is something else that really always got me about it. And since they got the people on trial and they convicting the people, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. I can talk about the hillbilly revolution of January 6, 2021. Uh, you think about it, and I think about history because a lot of people maybe they don't focus on history, the history of America, and how the foundation of this country was to fight against tyranny and have freedom and justice for all. What happened to the Boston Tea Party shit? Y'all, when they destroyed the Queen's tea, the King and the Queen's tea, by way of Boston Tea Party. That was their property. That little bit of damage they done to the White House, the motherfucking White House, hundreds of years old. Didn't they just pay to have that bitch renovated? Even the little stuff that they would have done could have been repaired. Didn't nobody die in the motherfucking storming of the Capitol, but one of the stormers. And I don't understand what she thought she was doing. She earned that bullet honor, but I guess she undermissed, that privilege. They didn't expect to be shot at. It's a bunch of white people. We're white is right. Think about it. Like everybody else said, if it was a bunch of niggas out there trying to do that, they'd had yeah, you damn right they would have, because that's an invasion. This was just an elevated protest, but since it's something that can be tied into something political, we're going to draw it out. We're going to make it as dramatic as possible. But I'm telling you, there's certain evidence that's presented to you by you could say your biased news channel. Like I said, the aforementioned MSNBC. CNN's bad for it. It's like they say that Fox is pro neo-Republican, white Republican conservative type shit. These other channels is a soft the soft condescending racism, the soft condescending political racism, and one thing. One thing, this is logic that I've developed. You can go with it or not. One thing I found is it might be two white people, and I'm just saying what white is a word. Yes, on YouTube you can't say white, you can't say dead, you can't say Jew, you can't say rape. I don't understand that these are words in the dictionary. This video is not for children. Everybody, you get triggered off if the device is capable of triggering you by way of a video. Then I guess y'all pretty much gonna get it set up where we all can. None of us can have phones, and if we are able to have phones, it's pretty much regulated. To the specifications of what somebody particularly wants, but it's regulated to the specifications of whoever has control and interest of that entity has. Like say for example Zuckerberg and Facebook. At the end of the day, as long as Zuckerberg has controlling, as long as Elon Musk has, because that's what really fucks them up too. Elon Musk have full control of that X shit, but as long as people have full control over their shit, they can always censor you. But that goes back to what I'm saying. You got these media platforms, these media channels, whether it be a website, like a TMZ or Shade Room or whatever, or now at this point, now that we have the Instagram and shit, the celebrities are playing uh, soft reporter. Like you look at the channel pages like Judge Mathis, and he went from talking about resources for the nigga community to talking about January 6th. I'm like, nigga, what do you mean? And then you have those guys like D.L. Hugo, you have your Talib Kweli's, and Talib Kweli say, I'm not a Democrat, but you sit and talk about the Republican Party, or you talk about Trump. Trump ain't even in office. Trump is running for office. If the situation, and I'm just keeping, I didn't vote the last election. I voted when Hillary and Donald Trump run. I think what I done was I wrote in Dr. Claude Anderson, because I'm able to write in shit. But it really didn't make a difference because I'm in a Democrat state. I'm in Illinois. And also, if you study basic physics, the popular vote is just to give the what the word I'm looking for? Check the temperature of the country. It's not going to pick your president. The electoral. That's why they have electoral votes. You don't vote for your popular vote. You can cuss out a nigga all day online, or your white boy tell you how dumb he is. You politically. Man, I'm just telling you, Mr. White liberal Democrat, that after 60 years, the nigga folks can't point to nothing specifically and solely that benefited them. And if some ignorant, well, I shouldn't say ignorant. Everybody has their opinion about things. But if some person comes out and says, well, the Civil Rights Act did this and this, the Civil Rights Act is, it was kind of a con, in my opinion. In hindsight, people say, well, it gave us the ability to vote. We're able to eat inside the lunch counters and go to the stores and shop with them people, and we ain't got to worry about stepping off the sidewalk with them people, and that didn't bring any resources to the niggas. We wanted equal treatment, equal treatment underneath the law. The ability to actually move about. Even in the fact they had cut out redlining or whatever. When black people didn't necessarily rush to move over to their neighborhoods, and when they did move to the neighborhoods, like for example, I live in the suburbs. The suburb I used to live in, which is like right over, it used to be filled with people that were considered Jewish descent, and I guess other middle class non-black people. When they did that ruling, I think it was a case up here where they had they got rid of red lines, so people was able to move out to the suburbs. All the niggas that was congested in the urban part of the city where the buildings were decaying and blase woo skipping. They had enough money to move out further. They weren't limited by the boundaries of race per se. But yeah, conservatism. Just look up the definition of conservatism. But it's family values, and the right wing say they're going against people's right to be who they are, and this, that, and the third. You can be who you are without having to have a story time with children in elementary schools. You can be who you are without feeling that you have the duty and the foresight or the predilection to have some type of psychic ability, clairvoyance, to see whether a young child is going to be gay or not gay. It's going to want to be a transgender or not be a transgender. I well, you're not being fair, Flav. Mr. Nigga, Mr. Night Flav Niger, you're not being fair. Cause you know those kids might be ashamed to reveal and talk to those to people about what they may have going on in their mind. You might need someone who is of that particular lifestyle or identity to come and talk to them and help them figure out what might be the right thing for them to do. But not the parents. They can do this all day at school for them while you're at work trying to make sure that you can pay for highly inflated groceries. Your eggs used to cost when Mean Master was there. Them damn eggs, when Mean Master wasn't off, them damn 12 dozen eggs cost 99 cents. 18 eggs, you get 18. He had it so bad, you get 18 eggs for $1.50, $1.60. But good old kind Master Biden came in and he made sure that you paid almost up to $3, $4 for 12 and $7, $8 for 18. For a minute, I was able to get them brown eggs, them organic eggs, not them organic. Well, yeah, I guess they are organic. The brown eggs, they were the same price that the brown eggs normally be. The white eggs had raised up in price, but the organic eggs stayed the same price. I digress. Turkey bacon. I had to buy a pack of turkey bacon a day. Sometimes you go either one or two ways. Stop front and go back and fry you some bacon. Now I know if I try to eat pork, I'm gonna be fucked up again. Or you just give up the shit altogether. Stop fronting with the fake bacon. But that shit is you make that turkey bacon the right way. You got this shallow fry that turkey bacon. To cook it, to fry that crispiness into it. Otherwise, it'll be chewy. But I'm all off the point. Election year 2024. Somebody said some wild shit. I'm like saying, and I really didn't know where that came from. But they said when Donald Trump just recently won the Iowa caucus, the Republican caucus. I mean, but who else do they have? Somebody made the point, said, "Well, how come Donald didn't contest this election?" It's a convention. It's not pick. This is what I mean, and they talk about it being Trump derangement. Like I said, I never voted for Trump. I appreciate some of Trump's policy. What policy? What policies? First Step Act, the border shit. This is not what this video is about. I don't want to sound like I'm standing in defense of Trump, but I do want to make mockery of the fact that they were hollering blue no matter who last 2020 election, and then I see online early in January, well, shit, it ain't even it's just really turning the 15th, 16th, it's the 17th today. It really just turned the middle of January, and they're already starting. About Joe Biden, your kind Master Biden said, we gonna pay up to $12,000 of your student loans. If your student loan is $12,000 and under, we'll pay it all. Okay, kind Master, what if my loan is $13,000? That means I'm disqualified from such a benefit. Joe, give a stimmy out, man. The inflation to help cushion us from the inflation going into the winter time. Heating costs and certain other aspects that winter may incur. This is what he is. This is his proposition. So this is the first thing. Now, the other thing that I've seen them doing, where they trying to play us again, to play folks again. It slips my mind. But the other thing is that with the little bullshit ass gifts that only benefit a small amount of a small amount of people. But the trick about that student loan repayment shit, this is the game on that bullshit. First of all, it's a loan that was given, by way of the federal government. Uh, for some reason, I mean, it's a federal loan. We're able to send certain amounts of money to pay off other countries' debt, rebuild under other countries. But when it comes to people like say for example, if the American government really wanted to try to work upon increasing or building up the quality of citizen in America, the type of citizen where it won't other parts of the world, the Asians won't be seen to be the most intelligent, or certain aspects of the quality of the American, we won't be considered those big fat lazy Americans per se. When America was a great when America was exceptional, for whatever, for better or for worse. Shit, they had slavery. I guess America was competitive when that slavery's going on. That's why niggas need to get reparations. Period. But uh, I don't know, man. Really, I done went on for a little while because I've been smoking my weed and I've been drinking on my liquor, and I really was just listening to Jimmy Dore, and he got like this, I guess this clip tape where like after Trump won in Iowa, they were going on and on and on and on and on and talking about it. One particular part that stuck out to me, and I guess that kind of provoked me to press the button on this video, where he said one of the I think it might have been in the morning, that motherfucker in the morning on MSNBC, is it Joe in the morning, Joe? Yeah, Joe in the morning Joe. Morning Joe said something along the lines that you're going to have to censor yourself if Trump gets in, because it's like a doomsday scenario if Trump wins the election again for them. But I guess for some of them it is, because some of them probably going to lose their fucking job. But Joe was like saying, Morning Joe talking about you're going to have to censor yourselves. And I'm like saying, what? What? During this, but I guess I use social media a lot. And I spend a lot of time in social media jail. Whereas if I want to come on and I want to post, if Facebook asks you what's on your mind, you type what's on your mind, you say what's on your mind, you get a 90-day where you can't even post on your account. So this was happening, like shortly prior to the election and after this election, during the midterms. I was locked down for a whole bunch of Kind Master Biden's my main account. And I'm that nigga that say no black tangibles, no black vote. I say fuck that, and I have no problem or trepidation in sitting this shit out. Cause for one, y'all can't point. They generally can't point to me to anything that specifically and solely has helped black people underneath either a Republican or a Democrat rule. Now you will give the argument that we haven't given the support to the Republican Party. In a way, some might consider, well, then the niggas betrayed the Republican Party due to the fact that and this is the truth. The Republican Party by way of Abraham Lincoln, they abolished the slavery. They put 4 score and 7 years ago, whatever the fuck that shit was, the Emancipation Proclamation. Abraham Lincoln. That was the Republican Party shit. The Democrats didn't want that shit. So it's like, okay, the good old Republican people say that they have you on a plantation. It's the Democrat plantation. First, I used to get up when I guess these were the days that Barack Obama, Barry Obama's President Barry Obama, Mr. Obama, first term, and we was all excited and shit when he thought that he got the Democratic, Senate and the Democratic, that nigga gonna legalize weed at the least. I know he may not get the reparations, but legalize the motherfucking weed or something. He wasn't even even considering that he was worried about sexuality and other things. But this gets to my point. Nothing specifically and solely for black people. They asked that man, what about the black folks? And he said, I'm the president. I'm not the president of Black America. I'm the president of all America. But then, what even makes it worse for right now is that everybody was lauding the first black VP. First they was rooting for her to be president. And I used to tell them, man, ain't no way in the hell she about to be president. And then of course she wasn't president. So she's in office still though. But y'all say she black. Just I'm saying y'all. They were still saying she black just like y'all. But you haven't heard nothing that she's even really done specifically and solely to benefit her black sorority or her black college. But I guess she can't do that. These politicians have limited power. That's what they'll tell you. That's what they always tell you. They'll promise you the world, and then once they get in office, their hands are tied, but their pockets get bigger. Barack Obama is producing films, Producing films with underlying subliminal shit going on in them. And y'all had a nerve say, you got to watch that movie. You check that movie. Man, I wouldn't dare. I just want to see, I like the actor in that Clarence shit. That Clarence shit is a flop. That Jay-Z produced movie. And I think somebody hated me. I'm not going to get off that election shit. And I've been on here for a minute. Somebody said something on here. Yeah, that TV, man. I appreciate you for fucking with me, my nigga. Ain't nobody on this bitch, man. I just be on here talking. I'm gonna stay on this motherfucker talking. Catch me upon the replay. I'm saying a lot of shit. And it's really just free flowing, but that first term, everybody, I guess that's our. I'll just speak for myself. That's my miseducation. That's my ignorance. But they really, people just keep on saying this black representation. All we got to do is get one of us voted in the office. Like that's gonna make a difference. It's still, no matter what you look at how the population is per se. If you would look at the government in comparison to the population, they would say that the America is predominantly white. But according to some of these census things, that's not the case. It's probably predominantly Hispanic. Then you got the Asians and whatever else it hit. You go our little 12, 13%. I'm above y'all niggas here, man. This shit fucking sad though. Dear YouTube, I'm gonna send my shit in today. Once I lay down for a second and give my information, man, y'all really, it cost me a fucking whole lot of money due to the fact y'all was hitting me with these reused content shit when I had permission and license to use my brother content, my brother Charles White content. My nigga, y'all understand, y'all don't know the story. At least my part of the story. That may not be, that's as yet to be told. But I know my nigga told me, if you knew like I know, my nigga told me, you can monetize any of my videos online. That wasn't for now. I utilize because I've been doing the promo. Let me not give all this up. I've helped build the fan page up. I got proof that I built the fan. let me not put my chest out like I may be being presumptuous and may seem to come off a bit arrogant or cocky. But you just look at results. I have results, but I'm all off topic. Election year 2024. I'm just trying to get my motherfucking YouTube monetized. Y'all done cheated me out some goddamn money, cause here I got a video that's 150,000 views and shit and all these hours, like 20 the tens of thousands of hours. Y'all real YouTube, you realize what I could have done with that check? I had permission to use that video. Y'all dinged me 2 or 3. I hadn't had. I was eligible for monetization in April of last year. Y'all hit me 4 times, and 3 of them was for reuse content. I read the guidelines of what constitutes, reuse content. That doesn't apply. It really doesn't apply. And the funny part about it is that you've allowed others to monetize and collect checks off my nigga work. And meanwhile, y'all just shut down several banks, libraries worth of my niggas work. I'm only gonna have 5 minutes to talk to people at YouTube. I need to figure out how I'm gonna condense them. Cause they really been fucking me. This the motherfucking nigga room, nigga nation, goddammit. I said years ago, I pledged my allegiance to the nigga nation. I carry, nigga, hold on, wait a minute. Where that motherfucker at? Motherfucker usually right here by me too. Where's my fucking flag, bitch? I'm gonna have to get up and get it. And I got my boxers on. It's over there too. I'm gonna go get it. Y'all hold y'all horse. Cause I got to show and prove. I just can't tell. I got to prove it too. But I got 2 of these bitches. But where's the other? See, I got 2 of them. But I don't know what the other one is. I really need a big one. This is a motherfucking car flag shit. This that nigga nation flag. If y'all didn't know. Shout out to Crow. Crow Lives Matter. This that nigga nation flag. But I'm turning this video into some other totally different. I'm coming around with my drawers down. No, I'm with my drawers down, with my drawers up. Buttercup. Don't look at my print, you fucking perverts. Yeah, y'all. That's that motherfucking flag. That's that nigga nation flag. Matter of fact, I think this election I'm gonna write in Charleston White for president. White is right. What you mean? Well, I'm talking about Charleston White, White is right. Yeah. Yeah, thought they was gonna steal the ballot, but man, that shit was wild, man. I don't know. And people act like this didn't happen like it happened. I had to work that night. And I think that we were still on the COVID, I was still working 8-hour shifts because that COVID shit was still going on. The lockdown, halfway quarantine lockdown shifts, we were 8-hour shifts, not 12-hour shifts. So I got home and it was probably like 11. And the election shit was still big. And it was looking like Trump was about to have a party. Trump probably had the party favorites. He had the rack of lamb and, or the filet mignon and the extra hot McDonald's. That nigga like fast food. But they was ready to party. And it looked like they deservedly was in position to party. But then they stopped. All of a sudden, the shit just stopped. We wait for these last couple shits to come in. And we waited. And it's like at one particular point, maybe I guess if not 15 minutes, as soon as the fuckery started, um, maybe about a half an hour before they announced it, uh, we knew that they was fucking, dude. They can come out and tell us, and of course they'll justify telling us and find reasons why it is, and give you proof. This election was carried out this way. Da 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 da. They'll give you the doctrine, and that's fine. That's what they're supposed to do. My problem came with it when it was like, okay, well, yeah, that's what they say, but what if I believe this? And if you believe that, if you believe otherwise, then you're ostracized. You were. They almost tried to make you out. That, along with the vaccine mandates, at the same time. But the Democratic Party, we voted blue no matter who. And we expected relief. We got high prices. People losing. Once again, people losing their houses. People can't buy houses. My interest rates on my credit cards, I've been just, moving, consolidate and renegotiate to dodge some interest costs. Election year 2024, he said gonna give y'all $12,000 towards y'all student loans if you don't owe no more than $12,000. How sweet it is! How sweet it is! Peace and love. I'm out. Nigga nation or nothing. Vote early, vote often. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might be. Now they want to throw in the couch. You could vote Democrats, you could vote Republican, or you could just couch it. I'm a write-in Charles of white. White is right. Nigga nation or nothing. Peace and love.